Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting this Munchkin Oakleaf Hydrangea. This is a National Arboretum introduction. It is a stunningly beautiful variety of Oakleaf Hydrangea. It has very rigid, upright branching, and it holds the flowers up big and tall. These will get these white conical shaped flowers on them, just like other Oakleaf Hydrangeas, that turn pink as they age in the summer and into fall. Really beautiful plant. Oakleaf hydrangeas are amongst my favorite plants. They're native, they're pretty low maintenance, and they offer something 12 months out of the year. These will leaf out in the spring with this absolutely beautiful oak-like leaves, and you can see how beautiful the foliage is on this plant. And then after that, they'll flower in the late spring into early summer in my area, probably a little later as you go north. These are hardy in zone 5 to 9, so vast area where you can grow these and grow these well. It's after they flower, you know, like I say, the flowers will turn that pink color. They make great cut flowers. In the fall, this plant turns a beautiful burgundy color, top to bottom. I mean, really vivid fall color. And then when it loses its leaves in the wintertime, it has exfoliating bark, which is also very interesting, even in the wintertime. That's why they're amongst my favorites. They're just always doing something. I've put a couple more varieties in my yard over here that I've done videos for. Munchkin definitely stays more compact than the others. These bloom on old wood, so we have to be careful when we're pruning these. They can be deadheaded in the fall, you know, as the flowers are spent, or if you're taking the flowers in, and you can do some cutting on it during the summer if you need to. I would recommend, if you need one that stays smaller, Munchkin, this one right here is a good choice. I've got a Snow Queen over here that gets quite big. I would encourage you to put them where you can allow them to get big, and that way you don't have to do a lot of pruning on them. They're pretty self-maintaining without a lot of that, without a lot of maintenance. In the early spring, I'll fertilize it with a slow release organic fertilizer once, and I'm done. You'll see sun or shade on the tags frequently on these, like I say, and as you go further north into zone 5, I think you could probably put it in quite a bit more sun. I'm in zone 7B, almost 8, and they definitely are part shade plants here. I'm putting in a space over here where it's going to be sunny from the time the sun comes up until about noon, and after that it's in the shade the rest of the day. The other two varieties I have over here that I've planted this year, perfectly happy in the same conditions. I will show you this when it goes in the ground. It's in the ground. I've left it elevated just a little bit. I mixed in some pine bark soil conditioner because this is nothing but clay soil in my yard. If you were growing these in a coastal area, which you definitely can, you can use some compost or some cow manure or something that would hold a little water in place, you know, maybe half and half with whatever you pull out of the hole. Like I say, I have mounded it up some. It would definitely not like to sit low in this clay soil. The Snow Queen that I planted earlier in the year is there, and I have another one further up the line. And this space is going to have several more wrapping around and going into this area, but I'm using all different varieties so that I'll have an extended period of time where they're flowering. And I'm just interested in all of these new cultivars. They're just so beautiful and so striking. Here's how rigid these stems are on this thing. You can see how thick they are on Munchkin versus, look at Snow Queen right here. So, you know, it does a good job of holding its flowers up big and tall, but if you get the right storm and the right amount of rain, it can certainly pull them over. And this one holds them up big and tall, and the coloration on this when they turn pink is really beautiful. These don't get a lot of pests. You'll almost always get some leaf spotting on the leaves on Oakleaf Hydrangeas. Let me see if I can find it. You can see it right there. They got a little leaf spot on them. These leaves tend to stay wet a long time because they're so large, you know, when they have the morning dew on them. So I've got it in some morning sun, as you can see how bright it is coming in from that side. And so that should keep them dried out. On all my hydrangeas, I like to get the leaves up in the fall and dispose of them so they don't sit right under the plant, because that will just immediately bounce right back up on the plant the following spring and probably get worse every year, honestly, if you're not cleaning them up. A lot of people have these on deer resistant list, and I don't think so. I have seen them go after these pretty aggressively. I think it would be a deer to deer issue, honestly, and that's always a risky proposition, so keep that in mind. So like I said, Oakleaf Hydrangeas are just one of my favorites, and maybe you'll be able to tell that after I have 6 or 8 or 10 varieties in this space over here. over the next year or so. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos as I continue to develop and plant big wide open spaces in my landscape going forward.